Hey everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Hey, if you're new here or you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us feed our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're at it. That also helps the channel a lot. Today is October 14th. It's a Monday. And you know what Monday means? It's time for What's Sold on eBay. Just like every week, we're going to start with the plush. I've pulled up every single plush sale from the past week to show you and talk about with you. And then I pulled out some highlights of our sales. Every highlight I pull out has a reason behind it that has a teachable moment, something I want to show you, something I want to talk about with you. So let's just jump on in with this Build-A-Bear puppy dog. This is one of those shaggy, long-haired Build-A-Bears. I really like these ones. They're always soft and fuzzy. He's got cute toe beans. Look at his toe beans. I start these around 18 to 20, and that's all in with shipping. We used to have a free shipping model, and my brain still wants to think that way because free shipping isn't free. A Build-A-Bear that I list for 11 plus 7 shipping is going to be 18 free ship. It's all the same. It's just how you break it down for your buyer to see. So he sold for 11 plus 7 shipping. We have a Scruffaluffe. I won't call it a Scruffaluffe, but it's a Scruffalove bunny. This is just a tiny little keychain. It's kind of a poopy plushie. But it did sell for $11 plus 5 shipping. So that's $16. That's actually bread and butter. I'm so sorry I called you poop. You're bread and butter. It's a very tiny plush. It was out of a wholesale lot. It's the Moose Toy brand. I guess that I would look for this again because $16 from 50 cents is nothing to be scoffed at. Now this is a poop. I took a best offer of $3.50 on the owl plus the $5.50 shipping. It's just like a handmade crafted owl, and he's got button eyes. Again, I get all of my plush through wholesale these days, and so I'm not picking these out myself, so don't fault me for what comes in my boxes. I just listed. This is the Gund teddy bear. He's super cute. He's got a little hat, a little scarf. He sold for $7.87 plus 7 shipping. Gund is a good brand. There's just a range of it. There's some that are low-end bread and butter all the way up through really high-end, high-dollar, giant luxury holiday plush. I always grab Gund. But if you don't like bread and butter filler items, you don't have a volume-based business, you always want to comp them before you buy them to be sure you're not getting these guys. All right, we have a Disney Store Dalmatian. Y'all remember the story I told you about, the Goodwill Blue Box I bought that was like all Beanie Babies, and I've said there's like 1 or 2 plush in there that weren't. This is one of them. This Jewel from Dalmatians was in that box with the Beanie Babies. So it took her a little less than a year to sell, which is really good for plush, really good for oversaturated Disney plush. They usually sit for about a year to a year and a half. And I listed that box, I want to say last November. So that's a pretty good turnaround for this plush in particular. And she sold for $8.54 plus $5.50 shipping. So that's a $14 bread and butter plush right there. And speaking of Gund, here's a Gund Kohl's Cares duo, Curious George. If you're not familiar with Kohl's Cares, their plushies are typically going to be characters from children's books. They're literary characters, and depending on how saturated they are, their popularity, how hard they are to find, is how well they're going to sell or how much they're going to sell for. There are certain mice from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie that are all bread and butter, but there's a particular one that's in a special outfit. I think it's the bib overalls that sells for like $30-$40. Some of the Dr. Seuss's are kind of poop prices, but some of the Dr. Seuss Kohl's Cares sell for a lot of money. So again, do your due diligence, do your research. If you're me and you find plush at a deal for 50 cents or $1, or you can buy huge Gaylords in boxes, that average out to less than $1 a piece. I buy it all. I list it all. But if that's not you, if you're out, thrifting and buying each one individually, you got to check because you're probably paying more than I do and you're not getting them all delivered. I think wholesale changes your point of view on your business model. If I'm paying one price and getting hundreds of items, I'm willing to list them all because I don't have to leave. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to drive or dig or spend my time looking. So that's the plushies. There were 6, if I can count. Now we're going to talk about some other items. This is the Levi's Pearl Snap women's shirt. Y'all know Keith and I love our Pearl Snaps. We will buy any brand of Pearl Snap. It could be American Eagle. It could be Walmart. If it's a Pearl Snap and I find it for 99 cents at our thrift store or even $1 or $2 sometimes, I will absolutely buy it. There's some brands like Eli Cattleman. If you can find the Pearl Snaps that have the embroidery on them, I'll pay up to $8 for those a piece. So this is a woman's Levi's Pearl Snap. This actually came in a ThredUp box. Sometimes when you buy the denim rescue boxes from ThredUp, they'll put in shorts, jackets, shirts, dresses, skirts. I welcome all of it because a lot of times those items will sell for more money than the jeans. So this had a really cool plaid panel on the back here too. The shirt sold for $24.64 plus $7 shipping. So this is a $30 shirt. Don't overlook your Pearl Snaps and don't overlook your Levi's. I wanted to show you just one of these Batman comics. We sold like 4 of them, a couple in a bundle. We got a whole slew of these in a wholesale. And a lot of times I've noticed that with comics, if you buy them wholesale, you'll get a whole bunch of the same series or character. So say like you buy 100 comics, maybe 20 of them will be these Batman Long Halloweens, and then you'll get 30 Deadpools, and then you'll get 20 Harley Quinn. I think it's because when people donate their comics, they're usually donating their collection, which will be a whole series or all one character. And then when the places you purchase the wholesale from box them up, they're just grabbing these big old stacks. And I'll take it because you know what? Most of the bundles that we sell are people buying numerical order issues. They're buying 6 through 15 of Deadpool or the Batman Long Halloweens. I keep using Deadpool as an example. Can you tell he's one of my favorites? So we sold a couple of these. We take best offers on them down to like $10. Some of them sell for 18 or 20. It just depends on the title. I pulled this one out because I like the cover the best. Gee, I wonder why. Okay, and then we sold a big old lot of comics. I'm going to show you this. We sold a lot of bundles over the weekend, which is one of the things I wanted to talk about. So we'll take a break real quick from these comics. I'm doing something new with the way we're doing coupons and running our sales. And I'm going to cover that in this week's video. So look forward to that this week. We're going to talk about how I run my sales in the store, the coupons that we set up, how to set up a newsletter, and it's going to be screen share tutorials, but it's also going to be a little bit about how we do stuff as well. And we'll go over that. I did do an experiment with different kinds of coupons over different weekends to see what works best. I think I have discovered the ticket. So we sold tons of bunches of huge bundles this weekend. And so that's what we're going to get into this week. The theme of this week's videos are going to be sales, newsletters, coupons, and selling in bulk. So we sold this bundle. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see there were 2 of the Dark Horse comics, and then you had 3 of these Madman. Again, when you have a bunch in a row of one particular series, or if you have a bunch of one character, that's when you're probably more likely to sell the bundles. I think we sell the bundles a lot on Poshmark because of the shipping over there is so high. And people know that one comic is not going to weigh enough to justify an $8 label. So they will bundle, but I think it's also folks looking for their favorite character or a series. We sold this bundle of jewelry. It was these 3 pieces. This was a really pretty Southwestern drop, like a bib bracelet. Not a bracelet. This is a necklace. These are earrings. And then this really pretty amethyst colored rhinestone fake-a-rooney in a box. You guys know my jewelry is all costume jewelry, or fake-a-rooney, as Keith calls it, the fake-a-rooney. But we do sell a lot of it. We sell it at good prices. And I took a best offer on this necklace of $11 plus 5 shipping. I pay $6 a pound for my jewelry, which is really good. And I'm willing to take offers. I price high, but I'm willing to take offers. Now, I do want to mention this as well. This is a teaching channel. I did have my local meetup group lunch over the weekend. We meet twice a month in person, once to sit down and have a meal. We talk business. We discuss different things we're all trying, sales, coupons, different categories. It's just basically a chance to sit down with other resellers over a good food and talk business and learn from each other. And then once a month, we meet in person to go thrifting. And then once a month, we meet virtually. So folks from all over Pennsylvania, Maryland, Ohio, New York that aren't close enough to come see us in person can meet us virtually. If you're in the area or would be interested in meeting virtually, that's the 3rd Thursday of each month at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to link in the description box. We have a Facebook group, and if you don't want to do Facebook group, we are on the eBay seller events page, and you can check out our events and RSVP. So I say all that to say, one of the things we talked about was costume jewelry. My friend Karen, if you've been to our eBay open networking rooms, you've met Karen. She's always a co-host with me. She sells fine jewelry, like real gold, real silver. She sells a lot of real jewelry, but every once in a while, she'll get a little box of costume jewelry, or she'll get costume jewelry that was thrown into her wholesale lot of real jewelry. And that works both ways. I have found real stuff in with my fake stuff as well. It happens. But she was saying on Whatnot, on the live auction shows, she sells pieces like this, and pieces like this, and earrings like this, between $1 to $3. She'll start it at $1. Sometimes it'll get bid up. But she sells these costume pieces for $1 to $3 on Whatnot. And I can get a lot more on Poshmark at eBay and even Mercari. So we had this whole conversation of auction versus a static sale. But also, like, these live auctions, do they expect lower prices? Is that more of, like, for lack of a better term, a garage sale mentality? I don't mean it derogatory. I just don't have a better term to use. When people go to these live sales, they almost expect that $1 or $2 start. It's that mentality of wanting things cheaper. So maybe it's not a matter of a live auction versus a static listing. Maybe it's the platform you're on. Maybe Whatnot folks expect those lower prices, and eBay and Poshmark folks don't, unless they're the Poshmark lives. That's a whole nother story. So it could be the live auction that causes people to have this mentality of wanting things cheaply, but it could also be Whatnot versus eBay. Because I get, $25 sometimes for like those seashell necklaces, the boho ones, and she says she can't get them to be bid up over $4 or $5. So it was a very interesting conversation. If you have something to say, to chime in, the comments down below are there for you guys, and I would love to hear from you and see what you have to say. And maybe this is a topic I can delve in further and do some more videos on it. In fact, maybe I could even talk Karen into doing a video with me on the differences. But yeah, let me know what you think, your opinions on that. And if you have any other questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling in general, let me know. I do answer everybody. Sometimes I get behind, but I do make it a point to answer everyone or respond to you. And if you want a quicker response or just to talk to other resellers than myself, we do have our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. Hope to see you in there. It's a really great group full of positive people. By design, we don't allow turds. We don't allow people in there that are going to be toxic. We want a positive environment to connect with other resellers and an atmosphere where we can have fun, but also learn. Hey guys, go be productive, go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate everybody. See you next time. Bye.